Okay, good morning, team. Thanks for connecting so fast. I'm so sorry for the time. I know it's early, but today we'll be analyzing a pretty bad situation that our main client in the US experienced last night. Okay, we need to deploy a quick solution here today. Okay, but to give you the full picture of what happened, please listen to the urgent audio message that Mark, their IT director, left on my voicemail this morning. Okay, so go ahead.
Hi there, this is Mark Vance, the IT director from the New York office. Look, we have a critical situation here. The latest software update your team installed yesterday has completely crashed our main server. Currently, none of our employees can access the database, so our business operations are completely paralyzed. This needs fixing immediately. Please get back to me as soon as possible with a solution. Thanks.
All right, you heard Mark's message. I think it's terrible. In summary, he stated that their business operation were completely paralyzed, didn't he? This is obviously a massive headache for them and for us. And honestly, and looking back, I think we should have tested that software update in our sandbox environment for a few more days before launching it globally. But well, we are here now, right? Anyway, despite the time zone difference and all this stress and pressure, we can solve it. Okay, we have a clear and a short action plan. First, the main server database needs checking for errors and corrupt fields immediately. Okay, but don't worry, our engineer department is being informed about this right now, and the backup fields are currently being restored so they can at least do something. And once that's done, and to solve this permanently, we will have the code rewriter by our best developer this morning. Okay, and we will get the system update before their afternoon shift starts. Okay, so if we move fast, I'm sure that by tomorrow morning we will have a successfully solved this nightmare, this whole issue. Okay, so let's work fast. Okay. So, who can start working on the database right now? And let's move on to the reflection part. The first question here is about how I adapt my communication for different audiences or cultures. Well, honestly, when I was preparing this activity, I realized that in these multicultural settings, you just have to be incredibly clear. So I focused on keeping my English simple but professional and completely avoiding slangs or idioms that could cause a lot of misunderstanding in again all this multicultural environment. So I think it's all about being direct but polite. you know? The second point asks how the grammar and vocabulary studied during this period support my message. Well, for this, I feel that advanced grammar actually helps you a lot to sound much more polite and diplomatic. For example, using expression like "we should have test" really allowed me to admit an error without blaming anyone, right? Which makes the conversation way smoother. And also using the expression "the database needs checking" really helped me focus the team on the solution instead of the problem, right? And it saves us a lot of time. So basically, yes, all these topics really help me increase my English level so I can sound more fluent and communicate like a real professional in any corporative scenario. And finally, how did intercultural awareness influence my communicate choices? Well, to be honest, and for me, it's just about putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Like in this activity, I had to think about the client's reality. since they're in another country with a completely different time zone and with the server crash problem that they were facing, they're probably super stressed out. So my choice was to solve the problem on their timeline to show that we take their urgency seriously. And in the end, it's just about adapting your English to the other's culture's expectation and manage the situation properly. Eh, so everyone feels respected and heard in this kind of issues, in this kind of problems. So yeah, that's my reflection. Thank you so much for watching.